Hey, I'm back with another video about this guitar. Now, if you've been watching the videos, the series, thank you very much for watching, and you're probably sick of hearing what I'm about to say, but for anyone who's new, I kind of have to explain what's going on. I put this guitar together, it's a parts caster, and what I did was I documented pretty much every step along the way, and I put together a playlist of about 30 videos describing sort of each and every step. I've always wanted to do that, ever since the 1989 blockbuster feature film entitled Batman, in which the Joker swipes across the screen, interrupting the mayor's speech. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, this video is pretty short and not that interesting. All it really entails is me dropping keys on my guitar as sort of the final relicing process on the body of the guitar. But I just wanted to be forthcoming and honest and show you all the documentation I had of making this guitar. So that's why I'm including it. There's really not that much to say about it. You may have come across or read about people doing this with their guitar, dropping things on it, maybe hitting it with a hammer or a screwdriver, and thought that sounded ludicrous and people really didn't do that. Well, I just wanted to show you that I really did it. And honestly, it felt pretty weird dropping kind of sharp and hard objects on top of my guitar. But in the end, I was pleased with the results. I also wanted to say that despite some of these shorter videos that I wanted to include to complete the playlist, I've got some pretty interesting things coming up. One is the fact that I was successful in dyeing the fretboard markers, or the dots on the fretboard, to sort of a vintage or aged clay looking dot. In the 60s, apparently they would use clay dots, and these dots would sort of soak up the color of the wood on the fretboard, and so over time they would sort of darken. When I was building my guitar, I finished everything and something looked a little off, and I realized that it was the fretboard markers, so I wanted to darken those up a little bit, but I'll go into more detail in a later video about how I did that. Also, I'm gonna have a video talking about how I installed the pickups, and actually the pickguard assembly in general, and how I did the final wiring, including installing a treble bleed circuit. And I also sprung, pun intended, for some raw vintage springs on the trim assembly, or the tremolo assembly, or the vibrato, whatever you want to call it. So these are the springs in the back of the guitar and the back cavity that controls the stiffness of the vibrato. So I'll have a video detailing those raw vintage springs. And then finally, I found some inexpensive saddle height screws in various sizes. A lot of times when you're playing a Strat, the side of your palm will rest on the saddles, and if the screws are sticking up a little bit, it can kind of cut and just feel uncomfortable on your palm. Like I said, I found some inexpensive screws in various sizes to take care of that. Thanks as always for watching, and stay tuned for some more good stuff. Okay, it's gonna do one at a time. Oh. I don't know about throwing multiple ones. Wow. Okay. I'll just keep going. Here's a closer in shot of some of the dings and scratches. That's a good one there. But I dropped kind of one key at a time in places that I wanted them to sort of land. Because I mean, I didn't want them all in one spot. And you know, this guy, I guess it's kind of difficult to make them random, but I tried to drop them not always on like the point, but sometimes like this, sometimes like that. But it's not like I know what I'm doing, so, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, and I'll do the back, and
That's all, folks.